and welcome to the God is a Geek podcast. My name is Adam Cook, back this week. I was on holiday, by the way, before anyone fucking asks. With me is Dan Murphy.
Hello, I'm in pain.
Have you been on holiday?
No. What do you mean by on holiday?
Just generally, if you've been off work.
I'm off uni at the minute. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Glorious.
don't do that, because if you do that and don't show on the podcast, Irish people have a go at you. Also with us this week is podcast alumni, I would say. He comes and goes now and again on the podcast, but he's always there behind the scenes. It's Mr. Lee Garbett.
And I'm on holiday as well.
Okay, well, but you're on the podcast, so I guess what you two have done here is made me look a complete twat, because you're both on holiday and you're here.
It'd be rude not to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm always here. Even if I'm not here at the actual time we actually usually do this, I'm still here, because, I don't know, I'm ever present.
You're a student, Dan, it's okay.
True.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's fine, you're allowed to be a student.
Yeah, that's
Isn't he, Lee, I think? Right, let's talk about some stuff, because lots of stuff's gone on, and I think you know what, I think we should just play devil's advocate straight away, because I only want to do one round, and it's a biggie. It's a biggie, lads.
Okay.
So rumours abound at GDC that there's a PlayStation, well, people are dubbing it the PlayStation 4.5, and it will enable, again, all rumours, speculation, overheard things. I think it was Patrick Klepek at Kotaku that sort of did a roundup of this all, heard the stuff. First of all, are you both familiar with the story here?
Basically,
yeah.
Okay, so the idea is that this is probably, again, rumours, speculation. It's going to be like 4K enabled. I mean, one of the rumours was like it's going to be 4K enabled for games as well, and it's like, no, it's not.
It's not, because
it's not. If it is, it's an upscaler. If it might upscale to 4K.
Who has 4K tellies though? Really, not many, especially in England.
Most high-end PCs can't render 4K properly yet. Like, you know, 4K 60 frames. Like, anyway, listen, I'm doing your job for you.
Oh, okay.
Let's, you know, I don't know who should argue for which.
What are we arguing?
Well, you're arguing whether this is a great thing, you know, and great more hardware, or whether this is absolutely disgusting and, you know, an insult to the consumer.
What do you think is the easiest thing? Because I'm notoriously shit at this game, so I think I should get the easiest one.
But is that fair on Lee?
That's fine. That's fine. Give him whatever he wants.
Before we start, how much was I robbed last week?
You were a little bit robbed.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a disgrace. Absolute disgrace.
I have a terrible memory, and I can't actually remember why you were robbed, but you were robbed, just a little bit. I think then, if that's the case, I think the easiest argument to make, although this does feel a bit unfair, because Lee does a show called Reasons to be Cheerful, which is kind of taking a negative and turning it into a positive. So I'm concerned already for you, Dan, and we haven't begun.
Yeah, and apologies if you can hear my dogs in the background, because I am at home, and that means I have dogs. And
but Lee has dogs too, and they're probably going to make an appearance at some point.
My days, that dog is the cutest little thing.
He's like the real hero.
Oh, so cute. Right,
hang on, let's get on. Right, Dan, you're going to argue that this is, I'm going to give you the easy one, you're going to argue that this is a bad thing.
Oh, bad.
Again, this is all hypothetical. If this is the thing that's happening, Dan's arguing it's a bad thing. Lee will then rebuttal afterwards, and he will argue why it's a great thing that there's more PlayStation hardware and upgrade, basically. Okay. What I haven't done, because I'm so ill prepared, is get my phone out with the stopwatch on.
Use
well, no, that gives you even more time, Dan.
We'll be at 4 minutes in 10 seconds. So 5 minutes.
Not on my screen, we won't. Right, okay, so your time begins now.
So there's been rumours about a new PlayStation already, only 3 years after. 3 years, if that even 2.5, I don't know, I'm not good with dates, after the actual PlayStation 4 did come out. And to be fair, they've not even, I can't argue this, I don't get why did this is, I fucking hate this game. I'm shit in this game. Right.
You've still got 30 seconds.
It's just another way for a fucking corporate company to get more money out of everyone, just to put another product out there, update it. And you know what? It's like the iPhone thing. You know, you get a new one, and then once they release their new ones, yours starts decaying like shite. And no doubt these PS4s weren't built to last, so then they've now had to come out with new ones, because they know all these are going to die soon, because the fans sound like a fucking plane about to take off, and they need to replace it to make it a bit better for the old paying customer. And of course they'll just, you know, scam money off people, won't they? Yeah.
Dead air there, but
Nay.
But
fucking hate this game.
The thing is, Dan, one of these days, right, when you go up against someone's going to rebuttal by just not speaking, because they're just going to sit there and go, no, I don't need to. He's done himself. Lee, Don't
podcast
do
with just
that,
a
by the way,
minute of
because dead air is
silence.
not good air. But Lee, your minute for why the PlayStation 4.5 or PlayStation 4 2, whatever you want to call it, is a good thing begins now.
Okay, so Sony do love trying to make different SKUs for their hardware. They did it with the PS1, PS2, PS3. They all had alternative versions released a few years after launch. And this is usually given a few extra features, but most importantly, it's sort of given the consoles a retail shot in the arm. So it gives people that haven't quite yet bought a PlayStation console to give them an excuse to actually buy one. And 4K, whether we think it's a good thing or not, is coming in some respect. And to be honest, we're not going to see it on TV for some time because, hell, we're not even seeing that many HD, 1080p channels at the moment. But so with the PS4 having a 4K support, it gives 4K a reason to exist, such as the PS3 did with Blu-rays. I think what the PS4 will do with 4K content. And I think that starts with streaming movies of some sort and, of course, games, although, with very few games.
Sorry, Lee, I'm going to have to stop you there.
That's fine.
At least I finished my point, let's be fair.
You did.
I mean,
you did.
I suppose if you want to really make an argument, I should deduct points for Lee not finishing on time. But in his defence, you've had like 5 weeks of this, and I mean,
And
we've
learned that I was shit at it every time, apart from that one time where I was fucking
but that's
robbed.
the thing. I don't feel like I can say, look, Dan wins because he managed to get it within a minute. After, especially when you literally prefaced it by saying, "I'm going to use the Audacity timer." I mean,
What's wrong with
Dan,
that?
let me ask you a question, Dan. Who would you give the points to this round?
Lee, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on. Well done, Lee.
Hey!
Is that well? We have to actually ask this question.
And I agree with Lee actually as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think it's just like they always do it. Consoles always do it. PS3 Slim, fucking the Xbox shiny one. It always happens. I don't get why it's. If anything,
really thought
this sounds
I'd given
like
you the easy argument.
Say no, you didn't. That's why I said oh shit when you gave me the bad one. It's like every console does it, and I think actually this time they're actually doing something with the upgrade. With the 4K stuff and whatever else they do. It's not just a slimmer version. They're actually upgrading it a bit. So that's fine by me, to be fair.
Interesting. Okay, so Dan actually didn't believe in his argument.
I don't think I ever do.
Yeah, all right. Lee, how did you feel about it genuinely? What was your argument from the heart, or?
Yeah, I think it's a relatively good thing. Obviously, it will peel off people that already have a system, but that's just the way these things go. We do live in a world now where
it is like the iPhone thing, like I said, isn't it?
You do get regular upgrades now, and we've had that for some years, especially from Sony. I mean, they've even done their PSP and PS Vita have had different versions that have improved things somewhat. Mm-hmm. So this is something to be expected, and you don't have to buy it in a day. And to be honest, like 4K isn't quite yet the killer app at the moment, and whether it will be is well up for debate. But if it gives another way for people with those shiny flash 4K TVs to actually have something on them to use, then I'm all for it.
Mate, if it sorted the fans out, I'd genuinely consider getting one.
Well, there is
since
a
Adam
PS4
told me about
SKU,
this,
isn't there, that supposedly has quite fans on it?
Is there?
Yeah, but I think the decibel was
ever since you mentioned this about the fans being loud, I can't not hear it, and I can't play a game because
it gives me a headache. I don't say that facetiously.
Right,
it genuinely hurts my head.
I'm all right at home because because in the bedroom it's like my bed's far away from my telly and my PlayStation and stuff. But at uni, where I'm sat at a desk and my PlayStation's right next to me, I can't play a game without headphones on because I'll just start getting a fucking bad headache. So yeah, if they started the fans out, I'd consider it on the loan. And if they did, Game or something did like a trade in your old PS4 and get this one for 200 quid or something, I'd consider it then. But who knows? Just all speculation at this point, as you say.
I'm genuinely surprised that you both feel that way. I mean, especially Lee, because you've not that long bought a PS4, have you?
Yeah, I got one for Christmas.
So 3 months in,
Yeah, it's just the way these things go. It's progress, isn't it?
The way I could see it working, if indeed it's a real thing, which to be honest with you, I would imagine it is. It's just people have been talking about it too much. That the PSVR is going to have a breakout box.
Yep.
If that was all incorporated into the box itself, so it was still just the PS4, and it's like VR ready PS4. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to buy.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But then that would create, and I don't mean this in a sort of looking down on your way down. I don't know if you'd be old enough to remember this, but Lee certainly would. When you start adding an incremental upgrade like that, you start splitting the development base by essentially this PS4, because it's got the breakout box built into it, it can actually be a little bit more powerful. So
no, they couldn't do
if you
that,
develop for this, if you develop for that version of the hardware, then the old original PS4 doesn't run that game, and you get to a situation where on the back of the box you've got like compatible with PS4 V2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, talk to Nintendo about the new 3DS, and also
there is that.
It's a similar situation.
Nintendo, people defend Nintendo to the hilt on that type of shit. I think with its PS4 being, well, it is because they're a bit more niche now, aren't they? You know, they're not selling. I know they're still like with 3DSs, they obviously sell millions and whatnot. But Nintendo is. It's weird. It's like its own little thing. All the games on Nintendo are usually Nintendo games, aren't they? With this, because it is so because the PlayStation is genuinely like more mainstream. I think they just wouldn't do it because they'd get just fucking fed to the wolves. With this
I think both of you mentioned the sort of Apple product upgrade thing, and I think that's a great comparison. Unfortunately, I don't think people are there yet with consoles. Like with your iPhone. Like I've just upgraded from a 5S to a 6S.
I just got same yesterday.
Cool. There you go.
I went from a 4S. Oh my days! It's so
Jesus.
big. It's so big.
Oh, it is big. Yeah, you'll get used to it. I don't know if anyone's told you this, but if you put your thumb over the unlock button, don't actually press the button, but just tap it without pressing it twice, it brings the screen down. So it lowers the screen down a bit, so you can reach the top easier.
Okay, let me try it. So
don't actually press it. Just put your finger on it twice, as if you're unlocking it, but it's already unlocked.
Don't press it.
No, so unlock your phone. This is great radio.
Yeah, it's unlocked.
Yeah, okay. Now put your thumb, as if you're going to double tap, bring up the thingy. Don't actually tap. Just put your finger on it twice, quickly.
Nothing's happening. Do you have to turn this button on somewhere?
Maybe, Lee. Let's say this is great radio. You're an iPhone man. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. You lightly tap the home button twice, and it brings the whole screen down a bit, so you can. So if you've got like a massive phone like I've got. You can actually reach it with your thumbs.
Right, well, this isn't working at this moment in time, so we'll try it later when we're not boring listeners.
But yeah, what I was going to say is the model of that is that, like, thing is, how often are you on your phone? Like, loads. Like, we communicate using Slack. Like, people will, and I see it on my PCs, but you'll see it on your phone when you're out and about. You do so much on your phone. It's a communications device. So when you do
it's
upgrade,
an everything device.
It is. So when you upgrade, I feel like you're like, it's my new phone. I use it all the time. With a PS4 or an Xbox, I'm not sure that the market's quite ready yet for, we upgrade this every 2 years. Or so. I don't know. Well, anyway, let's talk about some games.
Because there's so much. I finally got something to talk about because the last 3 weeks I've had no games to talk about. And I was sat here
Dan, the floor is yours.
Which one would you rather talk about first? Division, because we both played that. We played it together.
Talk about the Division.
I'm getting into it.
Lee might be on the fence on the Division. Can we convince him to buy or not to buy?
I'm liking it, I'm liking it a lot. I think I'm up to about level 13 now.
Jesus, you've accelerated that.
I've been liking it a lot, and I've been doing all the apart from that one that I've already did in Madison Square Garden.
Because you were quite cold on this when we were playing. You were like, "You're all right."
A lot of stuff still annoys me. Like a lot of stuff of the world, like some of the stuff like the world. I don't know what it is. It's just little things put me off. I can't remember exactly how much stuff I was telling you. It's like. A new one that's annoyed me is that this guy just can't fucking shoot a hole in a fence. Like, he's a fucking military agent. If you've not got some fucking hedge clippers, or not the hedge clippers, sorry, wire cutters just to get through a fence instead they have to go fucking platforming over New York street tops like Daredevil or something. On that note, Daredevil Season 2 is sick. What was I saying? Like, tell you something. Tell you what made me like it a lot more.
Yeah.
Got a sniper, but I could kill people with one shot in the head.
But that's the thing I tell everyone about the Division. When you start it, the shooting isn't actually that good. But that's because it's not a shooter. It's an RPG that you have to like level up your character and mod your gun to get it how you want it.
Yeah, I've never had complaints of the shooting. I think the shooting's fine. I like it. It's like quite meaty. It's got and the numbers when you shoot people. It's nice. It's like good feedback.
Satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. But like I said to you, I think I said on here a number of occasions, it's the dissonance of shooting someone in the head and them not fucking dying.
But that's because it's an RPG.
Exactly. And it's just hard to get your head around until you get used to it a bit. I started to get used to it now, it's good. But with a sniper, with normal enemies, I can just kill them in one shot and it's beautiful.
But that's, I mean, like Lee, you're a big sort of JRPG fan. That's kind of like saying like when Cloud hits someone with his fucking great big sword and it doesn't kill them. You know,
that's it.
It's
But I think you're a bit more conditioned with JRPGs and stuff where it is like that.
Maybe, but
you know
I feel like
it's
people
just
are treating...
this is like a new step in it. It's nothing like this and this modern type shooter, which is like it's all right with stuff like Destiny and Borderlands because you're shooting shit like enemies and shit. You're not shooting real humans where biology dictates.
You are in Borderlands. They're real people. I mean, I just think
it's different.
I feel like people are being hypercritical of the Division. And
that's
fine. No, not you, but I mean just generally I feel like people are being hypercritical of this game, and I think are also being kind of guilty of not levelling those same criticisms at other games, and I don't get why that's okay.
I don't. I've only seen this this dissonance, which I think is valid, and it takes some getting used to. I think, and I've got used to it now, and I think some of the like the main missions, some of them are fucking ace. Like
they're brilliant.
Like I quite like the Madison Square Garden power on one.
The Times Square one, do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Where you turn the lights back on to make it kind of... Yeah, I think that's a fantastic... Because that's where you meet the Rikers, isn't it?
Yeah, that's...
and they're a different enemy. This is what I was saying. Like, the Rikers really... Well, it's just the way they flank you like crazy.
Yeah, and sniper a lot as well.
Yep, they're a really different enemy.
Yeah, like when I've said, on a quick detail, when I've said like complaints about enemy variations, because every enemy in every group looks the same. Like the first group you look, their gang, all of them look the same. And I think that's what got to me. I'm alright with the cleaners looking the same because they're in a fucking uniform and they are scary as.
Yep.
And the bikers, I think there's enough from. I've not met them too much, but whenever I've seen them, all of them have looked a little bit different, so I'm okay on them for now. But yeah, and there's what's the cleaner mission where I think when you go to their base and you got to kill Pharaoh.
Oh, when you got to kill the cleaner boss guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go into the sort of building up the top, and that's cracking mission. And you have to. Yeah.
I got my sniper before doing that one, and I think I cleared the first 2 levels without being seen and just wiped them out. And it is really good, and it's really tense when you're on these last boss fights. It does tread the line because at some points it can get really frustrating as well. You know the Benitez mission when you got to rescue him, the military guy for the security wing.
Oh, we didn't we do that? I did that.
No, we didn't do that one. We did the.
Chris, I think
we did. We did do one. Yeah, we did that, but when it lagged on us, didn't it? And we didn't do the boss fight of that mission.
Oh, I know the one. Oh, are you talking about the one where you go? He turns on the lights, and then these guys keep coming in, and you're sort of on a gantry above them, and then a big flamethrower guy
I didn't see the gantry first. Remember when we did the tunnel one, and we did the tunnel, and then it lagged on us, and we couldn't do the rest of it. Yeah. I think I know I lied. We didn't go through a corridor, by the way. I don't think it's the game's fault. But I did that all again on my own. Check me. I'm improving.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah, go on.
And then the boss fight of that is a guy, and it's a really long corridor, and loads of enemies are coming at you, and the main guy, I think, is a sniper at the far end, or a shotgun guy, and he's at the far end. And that way I died so many times, and that was pissing me off. But I drove through, and it's really good when you get to the end. And it's just like that. I'll tell you one thing that does annoy me a little bit, though.
Yeah.
I've got a suppressor on my sniper.
Yeah.
And if I shoot one person, they always know where I am. And stuff like that, just little.
Well, isn't that because there's someone's just died next to him?
Yeah, but they shouldn't know where I am if I've got a silenced sniper. If you get me, and I'm hiding behind cover. Stuff like that, little world-breaking stuff where, you know what I mean? It just
you say that, but if these guys are sort of military guys and trained, then they would be able to work out where a bullet came from by the way someone died.
Maybe, but so quickly running at you, I don't know. It's just little things like that. I think,
for me, a suppressor is to stop the noise of the gun, not to stop someone being able to tell where you are. Once a sniper's fired a bullet, usually someone's... I mean, I don't know about what you think, Lee, here, but in a movie, for example, if someone snipes someone, the bullet's not heard, but they soon see where they're from.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like people... I get the issue with, a headshot not killing someone, but, I mean, we're talking about a medium where a game... you shoot someone in a non-RPG shooter and you shoot them in the head and they don't die because they're wearing a helmet. And you have to shoot them twice in the head because the first one shoots the helmet off, And I feel I get it, but I've been playing Quantum Break a lot.
Okay.
And so you can kill guys with one shot in the head. Okay. But again, sometimes it's 2 if they're wearing armor. And what bugs me about that is fine. I get the mechanic of this, but then you shouldn't have to put a clip and a half into their chest to put them down.
Yeah,
because that's not an RPG.
And to be fair, when you shoot with I'm just using an AK-47 at the minute as my not my sniper, and I think they're shooting them in the chest a lot and then them dying. I think that's fine because that feels
it's fine, especially in this.
It's
game.
Just the head thing and the explosion thing, but I'm getting used to it and it's good. I think one last word is I've not got to the dark zone yet because I need you to come on with me. I'm not going in there on my own.
I was going to say if you're level 13, you should be able to get. Well, we'll do that soon because I love the dark zone's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a really
we'll
good
talk
idea.
about that next week perhaps, but.
But it's good. I'm liking the Division. It's good. I don't know how long I know a few like PJ on Twitter and a couple of other people. They've hit a brick wall of it, and I can see myself doing that. I don't know.
You will if you don't play with people.
Exactly, and that's what I'm doing at the minute. I need someone.
You're near enough at the same level as me now, and I loved it. I mean, the only thing is I want to progress and get to level 30, but I keep going in the Dark Zone, and the Dark Zone has a different leveling mechanic.
Yeah, and
so you don't level up in the I don't
out.
think you can level up in the Dark Zone because you have a
Dark
set Dark Zone
rank,
level, and that levels up, but your actual level doesn't change in there that I can tell. I am intrigued though because Lee, I was going to say you're not a shooter guy, but that's not really fair because one of your favourite games is Vanquish.
Yeah, exactly, which is as hyper shooter as you can really get.
Oh yeah, but does this hold any interest for you, even if it's the sort of co-op team play that we're talking about?
I'm really annoyed because I downloaded the beta when it came out, but for one reason or another, I never loaded it up, and I kind of wanted to.
I don't think you need to play the beta really, because I think beta it's like the Destiny thing. If you play the beta a lot, it gives you a taste of when you like it.
To play it, wouldn't it? That's
true.
The thing.
But I think if you I played the Destiny Alpha and then the Destiny Beta, and then when you got to the game and you're like playing it again, it's like for fuck. So I don't think. I don't think it's necessary. I know it's like you're not getting to play it, but
it's on my rental list.
It is.
It is on my rental list just because it does sort of interest me, if only for the setting as well. So
it's beautiful.
One misstep I think they make is that I know it's a kind of a nice thing that you don't start in New York. Mm-hmm. But I think there's two missteps.
Well, you do, don't you? It's just a different part of New York that isn't New York,
suppose it's a different part of the map that's
it's
not
like,
accessible.
I think it's Brooklyn, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think it's starting Brooklyn and then you're going to Manhattan.
But you by doing that, I can't join someone. So Lee gets the game tomorrow. He starts. I can't join him from the start.
Yeah,
he has to play through
me as well.
Yep, exactly. And on top of that, the leveling mechanic. The scaling is wrong for me.
Oh, yeah,
so
we had that problem.
Say you're a level 5 Lee, and I'm a 15, and I join you. The enemies scale up, not down.
Right.
Now they don't scale. That's it. They don't scale to 15, but they scale to somewhere around 9 or 10. Now that's me. I'm mowing them down without even trying. But for you, as a level 5, this is what happened with Dan. Like he couldn't do anything.
I was just hanging back and just trying to get him from afar. I was just getting battered.
I get why they've done that, because if they do it the other way and scale to level 5, for you as the level 15, it's not an awful lot of fun. It's a bit boring. But so I feel like they've tried to go that way with it, but I don't feel it worked. I mean, I don't mind, but it kind of. I mean, I've done this in Borderlands. Like, it takes the frustration from you as the high-level player, just like this is like one-shot kills. It just takes that frustration away from you and just gives it to the guy who now can't even kill anyone. Yeah. I don't know. I really like the Division.
I'm liking I love the base of operations as well and upgrading it and going through
apart from when you first walk in and it won't let you run.
Oh yeah, that is isn't that why that's
just
so
that
annoying.
Tiny little bit where it stops you running. It's so stupid and frustrating.
Another thing as well. The fucking vendors. Wow, I was hoping for a deal there. Fuck off! I don't care, mate.
See, I actually think that's a problem as well. As the longer I play it, the vendors never have a thing I want, including the modification stuff.
No point.
I never get anything from there that I want. Nothing at all.
I got a couple of mods for my sniper, so I got a good scope and a good magazine, or a good grip, I think. Just so I like, because I've got a 6 sniper now. And apart from that, I've bought nothing from there really.
Well, the thing is, Dan, in the Dark Zone, there's different vendors. But they sell level 30 gear, level 10 gear. There's some scaled to you and some scaled to 30. So there is better stuff there. Lee, I want to talk to you a little bit.
So do I.
Because I'm intrigued. You went and interviewed someone and you played a game. And I don't want to sound like an arse when I ask this, but I can only be honest. What have they done to make Lego The Force Awakens interesting in a way that perhaps, like, if you've played every Lego game, what is this?
I'm just had a thought. Are you going to end up playing Lego Star Wars before you actually watch Star Wars?
No, I'm going to buy the Blu-ray as soon as it comes out. I mean, I've had it spoiled now. Cheers, Rich.
Yeah,
if you're listening, love you. Is it if you say I've played a lot of Lego Dimensions, which I think is actually a brilliant Lego game, quite different. But say I've played. Oh Christ, Lego Marvel Avengers was the other recent one. Basically, say I play every Lego game that comes out, Jurassic Park, Avengers. Yeah. Is there anything here that's different or new, or is it just like, no, remember those great Star Wars games that kind of kick-started the Lego, brilliance in game form? What's going on with this game, basically?
Well, I'll say it's not going to reinvent the wheel. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. If you play a Lego game, you sort of know what you're expecting. They've been going for 15 years now. But
that is mad. That
I wonder how many they've done in that time. Sorry, carry on.
What do you think? It's at least 2 a year, at least.
At least.
I'll count.
Yeah, go on.
So the big thing that I saw that made things slightly interesting is they have something called multi-builds. So normally in a Lego game, you'll break some stuff and you'll get a nice pile of bricks that you have to build something with.
Yeah.
Instead of there just using one model out of those bricks, you can now choose from up to 3 different things you can make models of with that same pile.
What? Wait. So when you would normally go up and hold down circle or B to sort of auto build a puzzle, basically an object that you can then put in something or that bridges a gap.
So instead of doing that, you can. There are 3 different piles that are sort of like ghosts, and you hold a direction of the one you want to build while holding B or whatever the button is on your console, and that will build that particular model, and that might serve different purposes. So the example I'll give you is one of the levels I played. You were with Ray and BB-8, and you were playing as Ray, and you got to a particular platform that BB-8 couldn't get to, and you need to build a contraption to bring BB-8 up to your level. So there are 3 different choices. So you pick one choice, and Ray will say, "Oh, I can't really use this. This is for BB-8." So you'll smash that up, and it makes it into the pile again, and then you can build them on the other piles. And so the next pile I picked was the one that you needed to make a contraption which lifts up a TIE fighter ship and breaks its wing, and the wing makes a ramp that BB-8 can use to get up to you.
Right. So are these story moments, or are they? Because I'm trying to work out. It sounds like. Can you pick the wrong one?
You can pick the wrong one, and it might be something it's not necessarily the wrong thing. You can't break the game. It's just sometimes it will give you a silly little in joke. Sometimes it will be something that you use later on. So in this example, what I may have built beforehand might not have been for Ray to use, but once I got BB-8 up there, I could build that same model again, and BB-8 could use it to progress. Or find mini kits and things like that. Okay. So there's a bit of experimentation involved. So you could play a level certain different ways.
How does it feel after? Because I know you are, like myself, a big fan of Lego Dimensions. How does it? Because I really feel like Lego Dimensions changed those games.
Yeah.
Like it really made them. It took them to the next level for me. How does it feel going back from that to a traditional Lego game?
The first thing I noticed when I loaded up the demo was the UI is completely changed. So before you've got the profile pictures in the corners, and then you've got the 4 hearts, and then you've got the number studs underneath. That's been changed completely. So it's a bit more of a modern, almost Star Wars looking kind of UI.
I was going to say, is that because it's Star Wars or because they've changed it? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a bit of both, really. I mean, speaking to Graham Goring, the lead story designer. I think a lot of focus was trying to make it a more authentic Star Wars experience, and I think they have gone somewhere in doing that. I mean, when you load up, in the example of loading up the demo, it came up with a long time ago in a galaxy, blah blah blah, and then went straight into the title screen. But that title screen isn't like a set menu; it's sort of set in the world of Star Wars, so it's like in in an environment. In a hangar, and then when you go into the different menus, it loads up computers that you can go through and go through to your menu options, and then obviously you've got your Star Wars crawl at the beginning of every level.
How does this game exist? Because Disney owns Star Wars.
Yep.
And I am literally in my office looking at a Disney Infinity 3.0 Star Wars figurine. So they are pushing Star Wars in Disney Infinity, and Warner Brothers own the Lego.
And Star Wars
they have the Lego
Dimensions, is it?
And EA own the rights to make Star Wars games. Let's not forget.
I suppose, yeah. So EA, Warner Brothers, and Disney
the thing is
making Star Wars games.
Loads of money.
The thing about Disney is that they don't really make games by themselves anymore. So I think they're more eager to work with other organisations, and Lucasfilm are still around. They're not completely gone.
No.
And they have a very good working relationship with TT Games, who make the Lego games. And I think obviously it's come through that they don't want to. Obviously, you can't make a Lego Star Wars game without Warner Brothers.
And it was the first one, wasn't it? So it's like this was the one that made it all happen, and it was great. I remember the first.
But things have changed a lot.
I mean,
I'll say something though. Since 2005, And bear in mind that they only did one a year from 2005 to 2007. In that time, in 11 years, they've done 19 Lego games.
Wow.
And I don't know if that counts Lego Star Wars. Yeah, it does. It does. It counts the ones that aren't out yet as well, like Lego Star Wars and Lego Force Awakens and Lego Worlds.
But going on to other things that this new Star Wars game does do, there was something added that I haven't seen properly yet. It's sort of called Blaster Battles, and it's from my understanding that it's sort of like turns the game like a behind the shoulder, almost like a light gun shooter where you're firing at enemies, interacting with scenery, and you've got like an AI partner that will build structures for you as well. That's one mode that I haven't seen, which I'm aware of. Another mode which I did see and gets play are the new flight sections, which can only be described as a cut down, sort of very simplified version of Star Fox. So basically, like it's all on rails for the first bit of this level that I played, where you're piloting the Millennium Falcon, being chased by TIE fighters, and you're driving the ship around using the crosshair almost like Star Fox. And then once that level got to near the end, it went to an open world arena, just like the Star Fox all range mode. And it's a bit, you could do little kind of maneuvers to dodge enemies and things like that. So it's quite a bit more advanced to what we'd usually expect from a Star Wars game.
When's this out?
This is out June the 28th, I think it was.
Why is it out in June when the Blu-ray out in April?
Well, that's it. Then there's no other reason really to. They
should pack them in together, man. They should say. They should say PlayStation 4. They do exclusive versions like DLC. They should. Sony should. I think
the Lego movie and the Lego movie game do that. Maybe
might have done.
Guys, I can't ask a question about it. Like, I can't wait for this because the first trailer did it looked like they were going back to more physical humour type stuff like they did at the original. But with what you played, did you see much of that? Like just funny stuff in the background. And,
there was a lot of humour. There's a lot of humour in this game. Lots of silly things like stormtroopers, sunbathing.
Brilliant.
They still have dialogue taken from the movie, like they've done in more recent ones. But in addition,
is it voiced in terms of like they've got the voice actors, or is it standard Lego where it's voiced but it's not the voice actors?
Both. So they've basically taken some clips from the movie, but they have got some of the actors to do completely new dialogue. The only character I know that they will tell me is they've got Daisy Ridley to voice Rey for some of the things, and it's all new dialogue. This game, I think it's 18 levels. Only 11 of them are about the actual film. There's a lot of stuff that takes place before the actual events of the film. So there's extra stuff around that. I guess so, yeah, because it's all got to be agreed these days.
Yeah, Disney wouldn't let it out there if it wasn't.
I can't wait how they take the piss out of Kylo Ren, because they're going to rip him apart. I can't wait.
Can I tell you one bit I did see? So there's one cutscene where they were going up to Kylo Ren, and he was looking at the mask of Darth Vader, and he gets interrupted, and the lights go on, and it's basically he's in like a kid's bedroom with like pictures of Darth Vader everywhere and things like that, and it's just like they've kind of pegged beautiful. Kylo Ren as the emo character.
Great, that's brilliant, nice.
I mean, it sounds like you're both quite excited to play it, to be fair.
Lego Dimensions was the game that sort of brought me back from the an exile of Lego games, because I was getting a bit fed up with them myself.
Yeah, I was. Kind of had enough, because it's like they're the same. But then don't you think that, because for me the best Lego games, aside Dimensions, which I think is the best Lego game, the best ones were the first Star Wars one, and I really like the two Harry Potter ones, because I always felt the Harry Potter ones made so much sense with the way they all worked, the world worked. Aside that, the Lego movie one I played a little bit of, that was alright, but then I really liked the Lego movie.
Lego Avengers wasn't bad, but it was
alright,
yeah. That's the only one, that's the last one I played, and I got that. I only played it because it came with my PS4 that I got for Christmas.
I mean, I don't know what licenses they could still. I mean, there's loads. I mean, the Lego Batman, they've done like 3 games, haven't they?
That's right. I mean, and the Star Wars ones were always the best.
They were, yeah.
They were. Because like the Force and lightsaber battles and everything, it was just really, really good. Loved it, me.
And there's going to be stuff taken from all the films. There's over 200 characters, so they will have things that happening.
Where's the like, I don't know if they're doing free roam, whatever, like what they do with the new ones, but you know, like the area where you can doss about in, because it was like Tatooine and the Cantina, wasn't it?
There's several of those, so
sick.
there's like at least 5 of them, if I remember correctly. So all different hub areas that you can use to mess around with and unlock more stuff.
Beautiful.
Fair enough. Should I talk about Quantum Break? Because I'm guessing
do it.
Murph isn't interested, but Lee is an Xbox One owner.
Tell you what interested me when I saw some gameplay that you did of it was when time was frozen and you could go about just taking folks' guns off, because it reminded me of Quicksilver in the X-Men Days of Future Past thing. And it just really, that looked really cool. So can you do that? I want to know about that. Can you do that for every fight? Because I have seen like you can actually shoot people as well and stuff. So like, what stops you from just stopping time all the time? And just you know,
right.
You know what I mean?
So because embargo, I can only talk about the first act.
Okay.
Which means I can't really answer that question. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's another one of those kind of silly embargoes where it's like you can talk about this, and then after this point you can talk about this. When's it out? April 5th, I think, isn't it?
That's right.
Wow, that's soon.
We'll have some more stuff on it next week. And a review shortly after. I can't remember. I'm not like I can't remember the embargo date offhand. I'd have to look at my documents, but it sure is a Remedy game. So
I didn't like Alan Wake.
You didn't?
No, I think I played it too early, and I just didn't get it. And
I loved Alan Wake.
As well.
Alan Wake's American Nightmare wasn't as good as they just bollocks. They didn't bother with the story, did they, Lee?
No, it was disappointing, and it was very repetitive.
I really like the setting and the premise. Like, I loved how that intro when you're in that coffee shop, I think it is, and stuff like that. I like that.
See, that's one, I don't know about you again, Lee, but I think that's when Alan Wake was at its best. The atmosphere, the world building.
When it was teaching you a narrative just through the environment itself and the music and you know, the incidental things that happened.
So I don't think this is a spoiler as such, and I don't think I'm breaking any agreement here to say that there are references to Alan Wake in Quantum Break. Ooh. That I've just noticed rhyme, which is interesting, isn't it? And I don't know. I don't know. Like, based again in a preview sense, my first impressions of that Act 1, of which I can't talk about the Act 1 because it's story set up. Basically, we can talk about 2 levels. The weird thing about this, right, is the stuff I would look at it and go, I don't want to spoil, is the TV show, and there's a thing called a junction. Now, at the end of, again, in a preview sense, at the end of the first act, there is a junction level, which is a small level where there's no combat. You make a choice that dictates the future of the game and the TV series. I would want to show that stuff. I'd be okay saying there are choices, you know, it's like there are things that affect the game, but I don't think I'd want that stuff out there. So that's why I tried to not show too much of it in the video. And the same for the TV show. It's like, that's kind of a weird thing that it's like, oh, if you want to, you can just capture the TV show of Act 1 and just put it out there and talk over it. It's like, well, so what, we can just do like a media commentary track on it, you know. A lot of the story seems to be doled out of the corporation that the game involves seems to be doled out in the story.
Right.
Shall
it certainly seems, you know.
Talk about the TV show, since that seems like the most.
We'll talk about the first episode
bizarre
of it.
Thing of, you know,
the money,
so
the money
weird
they've spent. The money they've spent on that TV show.
I've seen a clip of it and it looks weird. It's like it's weird, isn't it? I get a lot of uncanny valley from like the differences between the film and the actual game, and I think I'm trying to describe this in a way. It feels how it's filmed from the little bits I've seen. I think I've seen a scene of them in a bedroom, like two guys.
There's a scene of a bedroom. No, it's a guy and a girl.
Yeah, that's what I meant to. And it was filmed in this like really hyper clean type way, and it was like very clear. I don't know how to describe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it is definitely.
It's a weird feeling. I don't know what it like. It makes me think of like American, like 2006. Like 04 or 06 type filming things. That stuff never jazzed me. It's like I never quite liked the first couple of seasons of Breaking Bad because it was filmed in that kind of way.
I mean, it looks like a sci-fi TV show.
Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah,
as in the TV channel right. Sci-fi.
Yeah, that's right. Did you ever watch? Oh, what was it called? I think it might have been called V. And it was about these aliens that came and lived above Earth, but they were friendly and everything.
Yeah, the remake of the one that me and Adam are old enough to remember.
Is it called V?
Yeah,
it was a remake. Yeah,
I don't remember that at all. What was it called originally?
V.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it reminds me of that.
Twilight Zone, I remember.
I think we've got off the topic. Talk of, you know. Quantum Break.
Look, I think personally, from what I've seen of that first episode, in a preview sense of the fucking hell, it's in games media ridiculous. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In ridiculous. I'm not going to stand here and say spoil the whole game. Isn't it fucking ridiculous? Anyway, it looks to me like they've spent a lot of money on this game, especially on the TV stuff. It looks shot very, very well.
Do you reckon Microsoft will probably subsidise a lot of that since it's exclusive?
Oh yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
It's a lot of marketing.
When did they start doing that stuff? Because back when the Xbox One was announced, I'm pretty
Quantum
sure
Break
they
was
announced Quantum Break.
I'm pretty sure it was at E3, yeah.
Well, they had a TV division back then.
Oh yeah, with the Halo
they don't
thing.
anymore. They don't have a TV division anymore. So when was this started? When did they even film this stuff? You know, I don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure they announced actors later because wasn't the first model that they've revealed not the guy from X-Men? You know what I mean?
Which one's the guy from X-Men?
The good guy.
Which?
the main character, good guy, I think.
Oh,
I don't know his
he's the
name.
only one I didn't recognise. Like, because you've got
he
it's
plays
an
the ice
interesting
person in
choice to
X-Men.
get such popular people. So you've got I don't know
Aidan
his
Gillen.
name, but the guy who
Aidan
plays
Gillen.
Littlefinger in Thrones.
Aidan Gillen.
Okay.
Like that.
So when you see him, you see Littlefinger, right?
Yeah. Oh, the guy from The Wire. But I've
The
not
guy
seen
from The Wire,
Wire.
yeah. Again, I know who he is. And then you also got Dominic Monaghan, who is Charlie from Lost or was in The Hobbit. Or
Is he the small? Yeah, I recognise him.
Yeah, but he's English, right?
I've
I said
seen
this in
him
our video.
somewhere.
He's English, and I don't think his American accent's very good.
Ooh.
Unless it's because in my head I know he's not really American, so I can hear that it's not a real American accent, you know?
Yeah.
What have I seen this guy in? Because he reminds me of like
he was
a
in Lord of
mouse.
the Rings or The Hobbit. I can't remember
He
which one it was in.
But you
Maybe
know what
both.
he reminds me of? Like, I think he's played a mouse in something.
How would you recognise him as if you played a mouse?
He's got a mousy face. No, as in a human-mouse hybrid type thing.
What? No.
He's got a very mousy face. And he has, don't argue.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, are you talking about a cartoon or a...
No,
I mean,
it reminds me of something like Grimm. But I can't find it. He's not.
IMDb is your friend,
I'm
Dominic
on it now.
Monaghan.
I am on it now. I recognise him straight away. Not as merry though, and he is merry now. I look at him. Sorry about this. It's very.
It's just, I mean, we'll
he
come back
reminds me
to
of
it.
a mouse. That's what it is.
Lee, Xbox One owner, and Alan Wake fan as well. Are you looking forward to Quantum Break?
Yeah, I've sort of kept myself in a mostly kind of almost like a media grey out. I've been trying to be too much into it because I'm quite interested in this game just because it's doing something different. And you know me, Adam, I do like a game that tries to be different, even if it doesn't necessarily succeed. So I've sort of really am kind of looking forward to this just to see how it turns out and how it has the potential to maybe change the way that some developers maybe think about making a narrative driven game.
I mean, I will say this much in a preview sense. Jesus Christ. In a preview sense, I will say this much. It is very ambitious. Very, very ambitious in terms of what it's doing.
Like? Can you explain what it's like with the time stuff
It's
in
a
the
shooter.
bit you've played?
It's a third-person shooter.
Yeah, but what are like the time mechanics like and stuff? What
you,
extent?
You press right bumper and you throw like a time bubble that freezes whatever's in it, and you can shoot into the bubble to make the bubble explode. I'm just trying to think what else they show.
Like, what stops you from using it all the time? Is it recharge?
Because it has a cooldown.
Right, okay.
So you throw it and then it has to cool down before you can use it again. And you know,
the guy I'm on about is Jack Joyce in the game. He is from X-Men and a couple of other stuff.
Jack Joyce, he's the main character.
He plays. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He plays the Iceman in X-Men.
Okay.
So yeah, I knew. So yeah,
I've
they have
also-
got big
I've
stars
also-
to be fair to them.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that people aren't going to be able to see.
Big
past.
TV/B movie type stars, which for a game, it's like
I
like
don't know
when
whether that's-
Until Dawn had Rami Malek in the cast and stuff like that.
I think it's much bigger than that. I mean, you've got the guy who plays a Game of Thrones character,
Yeah,
who's one of the
but
main
Rami
characters,
Malek,
and that's
no,
the
and
biggest thing in the world.
I think they got him before Mr. Robot, but Rami Malek is like
You're just
probably
naming
the
TV shows that I'm not sure are real at all.
Mr. Robot is amazing, and because of it, Rami Malek is now probably one of the most sought after actors in Planet at minute because he's fucking incredible in it. But yeah,
Fair
stuff
enough.
like that.
I mean, I've also been playing Dark Souls 3. I'm now 13 hours into it, but I can't talk about all of it. I really like it. I think it has some issues, but I really like it.
I think it'll be crap, personally.
Oh, you'll hate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely hate it. Lee, did you ever play Bloodborne? Because I know you got it.
No, it's still in my PS4 drive, and I just haven't had a chance to get past the first 10 minutes of it.
Oh, that sounds like a video series if ever I heard one. Like, the newcomer plays Bloodborne.
Yeah.
It'd only be funny if I did it, though. Let's be honest.
This feels like the wrong sort of podcast gang to talk about Dark Souls 3, and there's plenty of time before that's out.
I will humour you. I will humour you.
Well, I don't know.
On this note, while we're here,
I didn't say in the video. I mean, I would say go and listen to the video if you are interested, because I did go into depth. But what I'll say here is that in first impressions, 13 hours of impressions, I really, really like it, and I think eventually, if it continues this way, it will be better than Dark Souls 2.
What about Bloodborne? Because like the comparison is it too much Bloodborne? What's the difference in the combat?
It's not
Bloodborne. Do you want to
2.
explain?
It's not Bloodborne 2 at all. If anyone thinks it's Bloodborne 2, it's not. Sorry?
Is it a bit faster, the combat in Dark Souls?
I'm pretty sure you said faster then.
Maybe.
It's faster than Dark Souls 1 and 2, yeah.
Is that good?
I like it. I like the combat a lot. It's one of those things where like I'm probably about the halfway mark, so I don't know what that second half's going to be like.
Have they changed any systems, like like your health stuff?
Yes,
is all that the same?
When you die in Dark Souls 2, for example, you go hollow, which means you lose a bit of your health bar, and then if you die again, you lose a bit more. That's gone from Dark Souls 3. There is a hollowing thing. I said this in the video. There is a hollowing thing I don't fully understand yet, but it doesn't seem to affect your health bar.
Okay.
It's just really good. Like the boss stuff, the boss battles are genuinely way, way better than Dark Souls 2. Like
the
every one of them.
Still incredible, because like I hate those games, but I'll give you.
I think they're better than Dark Souls 2 by a long way. Dark Souls 2 always felt like you were fighting quite a simplistic enemy. They've kind of taken cues from Bloodborne, and a lot of bosses in Bloodborne would maybe transform halfway through, or certainly change states so that they were like the second half of the battle. You know, when you get their health to half, it would change the battle, and they've definitely gone down that route in Dark Souls 3 in some dramatic ways that I won't spoil, but I have played enough that I've had 2 battles with 2 boss encounters that I am genuinely like, that was incredible, you know, like and I've had multiple where afterwards, you know, you're almost shaking with like, I don't know, the release of what you've just done, you know.
Like me with Division. yeah. I'm shit at games though. So that's why.
Is there any other games like anyone wants to desperately talk about, or
do you want me to mention Stickball and Facebook Basketball?
By all means.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean when I say Facebook Basketball?
Nope.
Right. This new thing came out last week. We'll start with that. And basically, have you got Messenger for Facebook, the app on your phone? And basically, what it is, you update that, and you send a basketball emoji into your friends group or just to a friend,
this
whatever.
Already sounds dreadful. Go on.
No, you press and then you press the basketball emoji, and then it's basically paper toss, but you've got to throw a basketball into a hoop, and just the high score. It's simple as anything, but it's just encapsulating because of its simplicity, and it's like you've got basically this high score in the corner, and because if you put it in a group with all your friends in your squad chat and stuff, it's just beating your high record and trying to beat your friends and stuff, and it's just so simple. And like, every time you get a 10, the hoop will start to move or go faster, go up and down, sideways and stuff like that. And it's really simple, but it's just really, I don't know, it's just like quite addicting, because it's just, do you know what I mean? It's like paper toss basically, and just that addicting, but just really stripped back, and the simple of just like being able to play against your friends immediately and just getting the high score of your like group chat.
Right, I'm looking at this now. Where's the basketball?
If you go onto your emoji, you got to go onto your emoji keyboard. Do you have it activated?
Right. Yes. Okay.
And scroll. You've got to scroll about until you find it. I think so. Then just stick it in.
I don't see a basketball. Oh, hang on. There's a basketball. Right, I'll put it in.
Who are you sending it to?
You.
Oh yeah. Right. Okay.
So I've sent you a basketball. This is.
Yeah, I've got it. Right. And then you press the basketball.
Oh, right.
And that's it.
What, I just tapped it and it went in.
Yeah, well, you've got to type it in the right direction.
Oh, I see.
And then, as you'll see, every time you do a shot, if you score, you get a happy emoji.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why did you have to tell me about this?
Mate, I'm starting to come around on emojis, even though I said I hate them with all my soul.
Why has no one mentioned this to me before? This is like basically really flick kick football.
Yeah. It's just really satisfying. The physics of it, like the ball like bounces off the hoop and everything, and it's really satisfying, I think. And then if you fail, you get a bad like a sad emoji as well. It's just that feedback.
What's the point of me
really
sending
nice.
It to you? What are you getting out of this?
Right. Well, I'm playing you now. So once you get a score,
podcast.
Basically you play it until you're happy with the score you've got in any go. So I've got my current best is 5, and if I go back, it'll say you set the new.
It is. This. I tell you what, Lee, I'm going to send it to you as well.
Yay!
In fact, hang on. Can I just add you to our chat?
Yeah,
this is an exciting podcast. How do I add someone to a chat?
We're playing games live.
How do I add Lee to this chat?
Just do a new chat and then add people, I think. Oh,
This is probably going to have to get cut. This is dreadful. No, I'm not going to cut it. How do I add Lee? This is stupid.
Neither do I don't actually know. Go on, just make a new chat and then...
Yeah, I see. Lee. There we are. Lee, have you got your phone, have you?
Yeah, I got my phone right in front of me. I'm waiting for this emoji.
I can't. This is beyond excitement. I don't know if I can handle it.
We're playing games live. What more could you want?
Well, if we should do a podcast like that. There you go. So now I've sent you both it and you touched the basketball.
I'm touching the basketball. Oh, look at that. Oh,
look
magic.
at that, Lee. I'm up to 2.
Oh, this is magical.
What? How did you find out about this, Dan?
The internet blew up with it.
Did it? Where was I?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, you probably don't follow the younger generation. I'm actually going to write. I'm going to write about this at some point.
There's no need for that.
No, I don't mean you're not. I mean you don't follow
There you go. High score of 8.
It's not exactly a thing all fucking games journalists are going for at the minute. Is it?
I'm not a games journalist, but go on.
You know what I mean?
Oh, high score 9.
Media.
See, League's already beaten us.
I think I found on a 12.
I think that probably is the best place to win this podcast because there's no way any of us are going to be able to concentrate now.
No.
Is there really? Like with flick kick basketball, sort of.
So
hang on.
That.
How did someone just find it? I mean, is there a football? Because there should be a football one, really.
I looked for that straight away. I set a football emoji and tried seeing if there was one, but there's not at the minute. I don't know.
That's bullshit. I'm not
it just
playing
happened
anymore,
one time, and everyone just went, click the basketball. I just saw a tweet saying this basketball messenger changes everything. I was like, what?
Well, it doesn't change everything, really, does it? It actually
really.
changes very little.
And then my squad was just like playing it. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was I need to get on this. Yeah, it's actually we've got a group chat called Squad Chat.
Oh, I've had a vibration in my pocket. Is that telling? No,
that's telling you that I've just got a high score.
It isn't, because I don't have any notifications on my phone. Listen, this has been the God is a Geek podcast. If you want a little bit more, go to patreon.com/God is a Geek and drop $5, which is about £3.
Take
€4. I don't know.
Do it.
A little bit more.
You do that, and you get another bit of the podcast. Otherwise, you can follow Lee on Twitter. He also
podcast, baby.
Dan, calm down. If you're not going to get the guitar out, mate, it's not worth it.
Listen to another little bit of the podcast, baby. I like Janis Joplin.
It's just dreadful.
Shut the fuck up.
Lee, where can people find you and your YouTube channel?
They can find me at The Last Metroid for my own personal Twitter, or at Pughoof Gaming for my own YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/PughoofGaming. May include retro games, new stuff, and the occasional dog.
Do pugs have hoofs?
You what?
Do pugs have hoofs?
They do. Magnificent hoofs.
Fair play. Hoofs. Hoof. See, hoof isn't... I say hooves, as in a foot. But then hoof for me would be like long ball football.
See, I feel like this is being wasted. This should be the Patreon bit already. But maybe. Yeah, you can also see Lee doing regular video stuff on God is a Geek YouTube channel, which you probably know by now. Dan can be found at Mabrowski.
Yeah.
And I am at Jeebus7, and of course at God is a Geek if you want to just tweet us random pictures of
abuse.
Hoofs. Robert Hoof.
Tweet us your high score on basketball Facebook thing.
Yeah, send a picture. There you go, send a picture.
Oh, you bastard.
13. It's moving now.
I feel like it's not a very good version of it because, like with Flick Kick Football saying I get big high scores, but I don't feel like it's that. Listen, seriously, thank you very much for listening. Stick around if you're a Patreon listener because there's more coming up. Otherwise, they have been Lee and Dan. I've been Adam. Bye for now.
Bye.